A video about Minecraft. That's something I never saw myself doing on this channel. But lo and behold, I felt the itch to play it again. And as I was playing, I asked myself, am I really doing this again? How many times have I kept coming back to this same game over and over? It's honestly one of the better feelings. Late at night, all by my lonesome, and suddenly a wave of nostalgia hits. Memories of worlds and experiences in the game with friends come back all at once. It's an experience I'm pretty sure all people who've played Minecraft have felt. Really, it's the most unoriginal thing about the game, probably. Despite that, I and most of you keep coming back. Last time this happened to me was just over a month ago after having been away from the game for at least 2 years. And it was at that time I decided to make this video. I thought we'd explore why the Minecraft nostalgia is so special, or more specifically, why I keep coming back to Minecraft. Back in 2011, I was busy playing a lot of games. Yet one day, one of my friends introduced me to this strange game about placing blocks and building things. It looked interesting enough, so I let my friend install it on my laptop. This was Minecraft SP. At the time, I didn't realize it, but I was playing a pirated version of the game, allowing only for single player, as the name implied. The game looked really bad in comparison to what I was used to play. It lagged as my laptop struggled to run it, the fans sped up like crazy, but none of that mattered to me. I found the game really fun, and I tried my best to learn the controls as my friend helped me understand the basics of PC key bindings for this type of game. You see, this was my first time ever playing a PC game that wasn't point and click. I was used to playing classic PC games like The Seventh Guest or Shivers, but once I got the hang of it, I really couldn't put it down. Long after my friend went home for the day, I kept playing by myself, making an insanely dumb world filled with really poorly built structures and a lot of lava everywhere. My first world really was a testament to what happens if a 12-year-old with too much time on his hands gets invested in something. And I have the proof. I mean, you've been staring at this for the entire time if the dots didn't connect right away. Even after all of these years, I made sure to back up my worlds. Now, as with any type of nostalgia, obviously, looking at something like this won't mean anything to you given you didn't make it yourself, but I'm sure most of us can at least remember that first time trying out the game. Anyway, on October 25th, 2012, I ended up buying the full game, and while I unfortunately still played on that laptop with all of the lag and such, I still had fun. Over the coming months, I experimented with making texture packs, installing mods, and of course multiplayer, using a very crappy service known as Hamachi. It was all rather primitive, but those late nights on fuzzy Skype calls began building some of my core memories with the game. And as the years went by, I always somehow found my way back to Minecraft with the updates. Although, after a while, I shifted fully to mods as my craving for even more stuff to do in the game couldn't be quenched by the vanilla experience. And as we jump ahead to today, it's interesting to me that a single game has evolved with me rather than staying the same as the most of my other favorite games. In a sense, and I know it sounds silly, it's become something of a comfort-like game for me. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of your own memories with Minecraft are similar to my own. But that's kind of the point, isn't it? To be different, but also relatable for any player, really. The game strikes a really good balance, and besides, as I see it, the core parts of what makes up Minecraft fondness today is due to memories, nostalgia, and the experience as a whole. I think while Minecraft is a fun game on its own, what really drives people to come back to it over and over is due to those core parts. Now, that's not to say that the game itself doesn't warrant replayability. I mean, part of the magic is that no playthrough is the same as anyone else's. And yeah, even if 99% of us start off by chopping down wood to get stone tools immediately, our journeys immediately diverge after that. Now, it shouldn't come as a surprise to longtime viewers that sound is one of the most important things for me in any game. I mean everything from the sound effects to the soundtrack itself. And to my knowledge, Minecraft's music and iconic sounds is something that pretty much everyone in my generation has felt sad about. I'm talking about those super nostalgic 4-hour Minecraft music compilations. Think being alone at night, it might be raining outside, and just hearing Subwoofer Lullaby fill your soul. Of course, I can't mention all of the memories and feelings without mentioning C418, the main composer of Minecraft in its glory days. Behind the silly sounds of the animals and even that iconic damage sound lies a soundtrack that does more to invoke deep thoughts and peace than most things in gaming. Now combine stellar music with an exceptionally fun game, maybe even friends along with you, and it's no wonder why I and so many others have such intense memories of the game. And that's why I've been coming back to Minecraft for all of these years. But up until recently, that's started to change. At first I thought it was age, but later on a friend brought up something while on a call. New Minecraft versions are bloated. Huh, I thought to myself. Really? Can I really agree with that as someone who loves mod packs? But yeah, I think I can. Part of what makes the vanilla Minecraft experience so good was the simplistic nature of it, while the mod packs served as the chaotic do everything you want stuff. The way vanilla Minecraft has changed might be better on paper, but I can't help but feel all the more disconnected each time I log back in and try to catch up. Would this be different as a new player though? I honestly doubt it would. Sure, I wouldn't have a real point of reference as I do now, but on the other hand, it would be even more of a challenge to get into the game at all. But that brings up the obvious question: how do you update a game without straying too far from what came before? Then honestly, I don't really know. Maybe that's where one of you in the comments can come and help me out with a suggestion. But as it stands, maybe this proves that no game can live forever. Well, maybe except for Tetris. Still, I have a sneaking suspicion that this is a subject that's gonna ruffle some feathers. Some might call me nostalgia blind, or maybe even, on the off chance, agreeing with me. I feel like what has driven me back to Minecraft has been due to the experiences the game offers in its gameplay alongside with the memories from my youth. But with the vanilla game changing so much, maybe that's coming to an end.